This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they steal it back on the return. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate. Yep. This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he only gets to around the 15 before being brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 16. His first throw is an interception. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Penix here from the gun. His first throw is an interception. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Give him 11 yards. Fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, or under Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. At their own 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. A toss now to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Robinson on the inside give. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt. That little thought that you got to flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball. And you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Penix working from the gun. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
Penix on third down. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. A counter give here to Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. That's the end of one here on New Year's Eve. It's a 2-score game early. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. From the shotgun, Penix. Into the hands of Cole. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Running right is Pacheco. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Moore with a return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 27. Pulled in by Tommy Tremble. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. He gets 6 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing from the gun here. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Buccaneers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Pacheco hauls it in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And it stays a 2-score game at 16 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Here we go, set.
Running left is Robinson. Juke the defender. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. All down by Christian Izien.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He's dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Oh no, they get him yet again! Christian Izien with the INT. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Bronco switch. Hunt.
Now a give left side to Pacheco. He breaks the tackle. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 31. This complete to Cole. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing all the way to the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers stretch the lead to 23. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Moore with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Let's go.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2. Before halftime. Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. Look into the air here. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ready up.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Trying to force one through there. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
That throw behind his intended target.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Took his shot at 6 that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Jordan Stout on now to punt. His first punt went 50. This is away and looks even better. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, no more excitement here in this first half. He kneels this one down. Both teams head to the locker room. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
Okay, ready.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
go now.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. A.J. Terrell making that stop. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
Stephanie! Trap 60, trap 60.
Penix. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Go!
Gets this one to Harrison. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Hit applied by Keanu Benton.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Check
It's Pacheco again. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th? Chase McLaughlin now to try the Buccaneers field goal. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Moore with a return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll throw to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
60 Maverick. Come 19. Go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's going deep this time. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons start the second half with some needed points. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Falcons 7. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Dragon 60.
3rd down, it's Penix. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers grow their lead yet again. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by Deion Henley. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll throw on first. And a man is there to knock that away.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Hand off to the back. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Go.
They give it to him again. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So as the clock winds down to a new year, we wind down to our final quarter. That's the end of 3. It's Falcons football, but here in the 4th, that lead might be too much to overcome.
On the set.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7.
Go. Set go.
Back to throw, needing a first. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Set. Ready.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
Sure, a whole lot of noise to sort through up the middle, but by the time he figured everything out, he was able to hit them for a decent gain.
And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Right back to Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And the Falcons will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready. Go.
They'll come out throwing. Caught by his back. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Hits him on the out route. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Gets everything he has under this throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Able to get it to Moore. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try and punch it in. And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
On second and a few. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons putting up points in a game decided. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Falcons 14. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Ready?
2nd down now, 7 to go. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Back to the well again. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Falcons will take over. They're set up at the 35 now.
Go!
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
2nd and 10 now. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground. That throw intended for Drake London. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Let's go now.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They are throwing it again. And they pick him off again. Jamel Dean makes the play. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your